I stand before you today, but for many years I was already a dead man walking. My name was Om Prakash, but the person who inhabited that body had long since vanished into a haze of smoke, needles, and glass. I wasn't just an addict, I was a slave. My masters were the chemical demons that demanded everything from me, my dignity, my health, and my very soul. I remember the streets of Trivandrum not as a home, but as a graveyard where I wandered like a ghost. I was a madman in every sense of the word. My clothes were rags, my mind was a shattered mirror, and my heart was a stone. I would look at people and see only shadows. I would look at my family and feel nothing but the cold urge to escape back into my numbness. I had reached a point where society didn't just pity me, they feared me, and then, eventually, they forgot me. I was a breathing corpse, waiting for the earth to finally claim what the drugs had already destroyed. But in the center of my darkness, there was a single flickering flame that refused to go out. My wife. For 5.5 years, 2,000 days of betrayal, 2,000 nights of me coming home as a monster, or not coming home at all, she remained on her knees. Every time I cursed her, she whispered a prayer. Every time I sold our future for a fix, she offered up her tears to a God I didn't believe in. She was a silent warrior in a war one was losing, fighting for a man who was doing everything in his power to stay lost. Then the U-turn happened. It wasn't a whisper. It was a thunderclap. In a moment that defies every law of medicine and logic, the living God collided with my brokenness. I felt a weight lift that I didn't even know I was carrying. It was as if the scales fell from my eyes and the fire in my veins was suddenly extinguished by a cool divine wind. The craving that had been my heartbeat for a decade simply died. The chains didn't just unlock, they disintegrated. I walked out of that darkness and left Om Prakash behind in the shadows of the gutter. I took the name John Paul because the man who lived for the needle was dead, and the man who lived for the light had been born. I look at you now, you, the youth, the future, and I see the same eyes I once had, perhaps flirting with the same darkness. I tell you from the depths of my soul, that path ends in a cage, but I am the evidence. I am the living, breathing proof that mercy has no limits. I was at the very bottom of the deepest pit, and I am here to tell you that there is no hole so deep that his hand cannot reach down and pull you into the sun.